The wonderful life and work of John Candy, the late beloved actor, who is now the focus of a new documentary, John Candy, I Like Me, produced by Ryan Reynolds and starring seemingly every comedian there is out there. You have Conan O'Brien, you have Martin Short, Steve Martin, Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray. So anybody who you think about comedy, Catherine O'Hara, like anybody who you can picture as a funny person is in this documentary practically, telling the story about John Candy, working with him, what his work meant to them and how it put them on a path to comedy. So Ryan Reynolds, again, producer of the documentary, was on this nationwide tour, and Boston was the very last stop of this. And they screened it over at the Schubert Theater in the theater district of downtown Boston. I went, and it was a really good turnout. Sold out show, and everybody was looking forward to it, and there were laughs, there were tears, there was a lot of really fun stuff during that. And the documentary is about an hour 48 minutes long, an hour 50, which I initially thought that may be a long documentary, but just watching it and seeing old clips of skits and movies and sketches and seeing interviews, like original interviews of John Candy, and seeing everybody talk about their experience and how influential he was, the documentary flew right on by. And it was a very touching, very moving, very funny piece of work that I think any John Candy fan should definitely watch. It's streaming on Amazon Prime right now. As I mentioned, Conan O'Brien was featured in the documentary. Then afterwards, they had a sit-down, like a Q&A, kind of they had put couches on the stage, and Ryan Reynolds came out. Also, the lead singer, what's his name? Stephen Page. He was a singer for Bare Naked Ladies, I believe. He came out as a special guest, and they talked about it. Also, Mike Myers, and forgive me, Mike Myers' brother, but Mike Myers' brother, the actor, the brother wrote a book about John Candy, and he came out and talked about the documentary, about his work and everything. So I don't know, it was a very, very positive feeling experience. A lot of people left feeling very happy. A lot of people going in I talked to, and I interviewed, and they were really excited for the show. So, overall, a very good time for everybody. Brian, he was just his normal, quippy, fun self. He did say that during the making of the documentary, not only did he notice this, but other people around him, they pointed out that he and John Candy have something in common, and that's that John Candy was a really big people pleaser, and he never said no to anything or anybody, so much so that he was kind of worked down to the bone. People asking him to appear in a show, in a movie, to come across the country to do this, to do a meet and greet, and John Candy, I think he felt obligated to be a people pleaser, so much so that it really, really took a toll on his health, his mental health as well. And Ryan, he spoke about how he identifies with that very much because he sees himself as somebody who can't say no to many people, who is a people pleaser, who wants to be seen in a positive light. So I think that was, so he opened up in that kind of vulnerable way, which was nice to hear and nice to see.